Good evening. This is my entry video for the Grow What You Eat 26 collaboration. I will tag all of the channels involved in sponsoring this collaboration. It's to get people to talk about what they grow, talk about what they eat, how they grow it, and put it all together for others to take part. So as you can see, I grow a lot of tomatoes. And that's what's mainly in this video right now. All of the 21-gallon buckets down the side are filled with multiple tomatoes. Mostly, if they're in a bucket together, they are the same variety. But there are a few that are not the same variety. These buckets along here contain corn, which hasn't come up yet. I just planted it yesterday. These buckets right here were all planted today, and they are all various tomato varieties. Now, we didn't water anything because it is supposed to rain tonight. All of the white buckets along here were also planted today, and they all have different tomato varieties in them. I'll go over them probably on a garden tour or something. Some of them are repeats from last year. Most of them are new to me, and we just really like our tomatoes. So all of these buckets across the front are filled with tomatoes as well. Now, you may know by my channel name, Becoming a Green Stalker, that I am heavily into green stalks. We didn't plant those yet. We're getting to them. We have to move them all into this new area, which is a high tunnel that we just put up. And there's one in there I started working on, but I put my back out doing it. So we're gonna do that when my husband can help. This bed is filled with different types of corn. There's a bed back there that's filled with gem corn and pink popcorn. This bed is filled with tomatoes. These are Roma tomatoes. There is Genovese basil. These are pink brandywine tomatoes, and these are part of the Survival Seeds 26 collaboration as well. So this is one bed that's strictly for that collaboration, and the basil in it as well. And we really just have a lot going on. We're going to grow a lot this year. This is the garlic, and you can see in the background there one of my garden helpers. He likes coming over here because they're not really allowed over on this side of the yard most of the time. So this is all different kinds of garlic. Again, the corn that's in there. The high tunnel, which isn't really set up yet. It's just got a lot of tools in it and a green stalk and a couple of things. And then we have the staging area for green stalks in waiting. These two small ones in the front have both been planted. They have flowers in them. All of these are not yet planted, but they will be. That one's going to get an arched trellis, that new pink color. And these are all going to be planted with either tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, or beans this year. They were all planted with tomatoes last year. And this year we're kind of rotating the stock. This one has beans. These all have beans planted in them already. I just planted them, so they haven't even come up yet. This one has broccoli, green star. I think it's green star broccoli. And then these are peas that came up in our cold weather. These are giant onions. This is for a collaboration called Grow Giant Onions 25-26, because I started them in October in the greenhouse, which is over here. And I kept them in the greenhouse for several months, and then I had to bring them inside because running the greenhouse in 0-degree weather just wasn't feasible. It was really crazy. several of these have beans planted in them already. And then this one has broad beans planted, which I planted them, probably around mid to end of March. And they do well in cold weather. So they're doing really good. They have these really pretty flowers on them. I've never grown them before, so it's interesting to me to see what's going on. This little guy here is for the Weird Container Growing Challenge. And there's a bean in there, big kahuna bush bean. And I have a couple of them just in various places around the yard. And then on this side, which is filled with more green stalks, you can see there's some empty ones in the background there. On that end, there are two that are filled with strawberries, and they are already growing. And then let's take a trip into the greenhouse and you'll see what's going on in there. This is for another collaboration called a 5-gallon bucket collaboration. That's with Outdoors with Big Matt. And I just started that one this morning. So in here, I have a couple of starts and a water I left here earlier. And I have some micro dwarf tomatoes. Those are all Gigi's Glory. They were supposed to go to a tomato meetup that didn't happen because my car didn't want to let me go. And then these are all just different varieties that I'm growing. Some that I really like, and some that were new to me. A couple that I've tried before and wasn't successful, so I decided to try again. There's some lettuce growing back there. The lettuce is probably going to bolt at this point because it is a lot warmer in here than it should be for lettuce. And then there are some peppers. The peppers are doing pretty well. The mint, however, the variegated mint, I don't think it's going to make it. There's some apple mint, a couple of different kinds of mint that I purchased from Ginger's greenhouse and planted. This is my Brad Gates variegated micro dwarf tomato, and it's doing really well. And it's got like a funky kind of variegation, I don't know. The other one in that blue pot is Bahaha. All of these are full-size indeterminate tomatoes. There's maybe one or two dwarfs in there, but I have to get them planted out. That's my comfrey, which I didn't get a chance to plant today. And then these are all full-size indeterminate tomatoes. Here's a few starts that haven't done anything with yet, and they're trying. Let's put it that way. I'm giving them a chance. Up here are some more survival seeds and a couple of oddball, like an orange Roma, and this is Black from Tula, which is one of my favorites. There's about 15 or 20 in there that I have to get out and plant. And this is an Aldi Adora tomato, which I absolutely love. And there's probably 15 or 20 of them in there, and I have to get that planted out as well. There's something in the middle of it that I'm not sure what it is. I think probably some kind of marigold. Then I have this little experiment, which is not doing too well here. It's to grow a clove tree, and you're supposed to put the cloves in a a potato slice, and then they're supposed to sprout in a few weeks. And so far, nothing has happened, and it's kind of a disgusting mess. Over here are mostly peppers. The peppers have been plagued with aphids and crazy stuff. There's a few varieties in here I'm growing out for Craig LaHoulier, and I'm not really sure what's going on with them. They have a weird look to them. It could be that the aphids got to them. It could be they didn't like the organic spray used on the aphids. I don't know yet. I have to take them outside and plant them and find out what happens with that. And then over here I have zucchini started, I have spinach started, celery, parsley, a couple of other micro dwarfs down in there that are slow growing, so they'll be okay and they'll wait to get planted out. Then I have a few chili peppers, a Sansaki from Kid Seed Co. Those are really hot. but really good. I like to dry them and then I use them in soups and stuff, but I take them out. We don't ever eat them because they're just too hot for that. So that's what's going on at what we affectionately call Greenstalk Acres. There's just a lot of planting right now, getting stuff put into place, and that's what we're working on. So hopefully we'll do weekly updates and you'll see that we do grow what we eat over here. Thanks for having us. See you next week.